Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and it looks like the headset that you use today isn't going to work with the Xbox One. I thought I'd share my thoughts. So, you know what a controller looks like right now, an Xbox controller, and it has that small 2.5mm port where the chat happens, right? So if you have that, like, crappy $19 Microsoft headset thing that they sell, then it plugs into there. If you have nice Astros or Turtle Beaches or what have you, then it also plugs into there. That's where the chat happens. The sound comes in through a different place, but the chat comes through your controller. That's the way that it works. If you look at the new controller, and by the way, it's curiously difficult to get a picture of the port on the bottom of the new controller, but it looks like this. You see it at the bottom there? It is that little, like, it looks like the old school iPod, iPhone-y little square connector type thing. That is the connector for the next Xbox controller. And I've been reading, so, you know, it's as reliable as what I've been reading, that, the reason they're doing that is so that Microsoft can have some control over the licensing for gaming peripherals having to do with the Xbox. And by the way, look, this guy is completely invisible to me. How did I not see him there? It happened. I don't know what to say. Unexceptional gamer coming in. So, oh, there he is. Anyway, I lost my head. I'm such a bad player. So the Microsoft is looking to own the gaming peripherals market, and it looks as if they're doing it through proprietary connections. A proprietary connection is one that, like, your company owns all the intellectual rights to, as opposed to an open connection, like, you know, a 2.5mm port that was there before. You know, nobody owns the headphone port. Like, everyone is allowed to use that. It's an open standard. A proprietary standard is one that, say, only Microsoft uses, or, you know, the standards that Apple used on the bottom of its iPod. You know, that could be proprietary. So I'm not sure how they did the licensing for that, but just work with me here. The one on the new Xbox controller is a proprietary connection because perhaps Microsoft is trying to own the entire market for the Xbox One peripherals, headsets, controllers, and more. Now, a company like Scuf, like, they're one of the first things that popped into my head. Scuf, I'm sponsored by Scuf, coupon code Woody, etc., etc. But in my opinion, they make the best aftermarket controllers on earth, right? They're the best ones. I love it. But I thought, how would a company like that be impacted? Well, since their designs, they just kind of take the original Microsoft controllers and improve them, then, you know, it seems like everything is cool. Like, they don't really have a problem with the next-gen Xbox coming up. If they made them from scratch, like Razer does, for example, then they would have a problem. So that's where they stand. Someone like Turtle Beach, right? Turtle Beach or Astro, they make headsets. They depend on an open standard to plug in and get the chat working with their headsets. Is it possible that for the Xbox One, they're either going to, one, start charging those companies a little percentage of their profit, you know, give me $5 a headset and I'll let you make them for the Xbox, or maybe they just won't license it to some companies, and you'll either have to be some sort of, you know, quote unquote approved and you know, company that makes Microsoft happy, or they'll just take a piece of your profits, or they'll just flat out not license it and take all that stuff for themselves. You know, just, you know, they'll own the headset market by virtue of, you know, something like a monopoly control for the Xbox peripherals. It's a bit of a bummer to me. You know, I like the open standard in the free market and all the competition that happened around the Xbox in the last version, and that it could be that while it's a little more complicated to develop for these things, it's still possible, and it's not going to be a big problem. But what I'm reading is Microsoft's looking to expand their profitability by getting a bigger piece of the gaming peripherals market, and I find that to be a bit of a bummer. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy your outro.